process of transformation, there are different stages and phases, okay? It's like a metamorphosis kind of, moment that takes place in life, if that makes sense. When you are transforming, you are changing internally, externally, okay? When a person is transforming, it's like a light bulb that comes on inside, in their conscious mind, in their soul, in their spirit, in their heart. Once the light bulb is activated, their eyes are opened. Things look different. People look different. They look different to themselves. They can see clearly because in their eye is the spirit, it's discernment through their eyesight. Okay? They now begin to appreciate, nature differently. Now when they look up at the sky, it isn't just sky and clouds. They appreciate the beauty of creation. When they look at themselves, they become more confident. They're not looking down on themselves. They're not noticing, what they point out as flaws. They're now being thankful and grateful for the way that their nose is shaped. The way that their head is formed. This really happens when people transform, because what happens during transformation is this. You begin to embrace internally yourself, right? You embrace what's inside of you, and then externally you begin to embrace yourself. It's like an inside-outside thing that happens. And a lot of people never even make it to that point of transformation because they don't want to put in the dedication. They don't want to put in the hard work of healing. They don't want to put in the work of having to just forget the past, having to just say no to the past. It is so difficult for people to choose to do this. It's difficult for people to embrace the newness of themselves. And I understand it very well because I went through a journey in my life where, yes, it was difficult to just forget the past. It was difficult to let the past go. But I kept I had a strong desire to move forward. So the more steps I took forward, the past just went away on its own. But those little moments when I kept going back a little, thinking back a little, feeling on those feelings from the past, it was my present moment. It was my reality in that moment that was there with me. But when I said, you know what? No. Every time I think on this, I feel this way. Every time I feel this, it causes me to react this way. And that is what I couldn't deal with. So those aggravating feelings, those intrusive thoughts that would come upon me, it wasn't healthy for the way that I genuinely wanted to feel with myself and within myself. So I had to keep casting that away from me. I had to keep putting it away from me. And the more I put in progress to do that, as I said, the past just went away from me on its own. I walked into the new era of myself, the new era of my feelings, of my thoughts, of my posture, of my well-being. There was a new era that I walked into. And that is what I recognize more than the era of my past. And if you can recognize your newness more than what's old, you will be fine. But if you find yourself gravitating more towards the past, that means you are okay with feeling down and in despair. That means you are okay with feeling, those feelings of whatever makes you sad, depressed, isolated. Okay, whatever your strongholds may be, if you feel comfortable gravitating towards those strongholds, baby, it'll show you exactly who you are right then and there. No one will have to show you. That means you are okay with disgust, defilement, that which is not good. You are okay with all those things. The only way you'll ever change is when you're fed up with you. When you are fed up with feeling those same detrimental thoughts and feelings is when you will say no.